I just woke up from a dream. It was like a Wild West type of setting. And I was talking to some dude, like some man. Um, it was like one of those conversations you have with a stranger where it's more like you're slightly interested, but mostly just being polite and observing. And suddenly this guy kind of says to me, this is a one-sided conversation. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then he kind of repeats himself in a few different ways and kind of making it more and more clear that what he's saying is that he's gonna kill me. Like, I don't know. I think he said something like, well, after this, you're gonna be floating underneath this bridge or something. Like you're gonna float through underneath the bridge in the water. So kind of suggesting to me that, I'm gonna be a dead body after this. And I'm like, okay, I see. And I'm kind of acting like nothing, but then I draw my gun on him and I shoot him. And the thing kind of turns into a shootout where uh, he's trying to, like, we're some distance apart, and I'm trying to avoid getting hit while landing a few more shots on him so that I can take him out and be safe. While I'm having this shootout with this guy, somebody else on horseback kind of comes along and draws his gun on me because he sees me like shooting at somebody. And I'm like putting my hands up. I'm like, hey, whoa, it's not me who started this. And at the end, like after like landing 3 shots on him, he kind of starts running and he goes onto some train tracks or something. At this point, the scene of the dream turned into like a modern world. And everybody kind of noticed that there is a man who died, and people are shouting like, "Oh my God, this guy! Oh, this poor man! I think he got run over by a train or whatever." And we're all kind of running towards where he was at, and I'm asking people like, "Where is he?" you know. Uh, and I'm kind of frantic, like obviously after you like shoot somebody, you would kind of be in this state of mind where you're trying not to be like misunderstood or anything, right? I don't know. He's dead somewhere on the train tracks, and there's people everywhere talking about it. Like the whole platform is full of people who are kind of in distress, of like they are distraught over this man that died. And I'm kind of sitting there. I know that the police is gonna come soon, and I'm not really worried about, being falsely judged or something. I'm pretty confident in myself that I can uh, explain myself, and you know that I won't be punished for it. But preemptively, I'm already kind of, while I'm on this platform, I like, oh, what happened with this guy, so and so and so forth, like kind of trying to explain my situation. And this whole dream reminded me of something on the internet that I saw like a week or two ago. But before I get into that, I want to talk about just like briefly how dreams, they are really um like people say that it's you processing your emotions and thoughts or something, but really what I found is they are a direct reflection of your state of mind. And in this dream, it was about me kind of, I mean, the day before, I was basically reflecting about how people are just violent, and you kind of have to be violent before it's too late to you, before it's too late for you. because yeah, like some people, they're not gonna hold back, you know, they're just gonna do whatever they're gonna do. Um, and I'm kind of one of those people who is overly compassionate and overly forgiving, and this can be like to your own detriment. So the other video that I saw um, was a video of a guy basically on his balcony, and he's filming as somebody is climbing up a ladder to his balcony. And the guy who's filming clearly doesn't want him to climb up there. They are speaking like a different language, but it's quite obvious that he's like, okay, stop, don't come up here. And the guy on the ladder seems pretty clumsy, like he seems pretty stupid, because the way he's climbing up there is so unsafe. And he should know that if he's getting into this kind of hostile situation, he could be pushed off of that ladder so easily. And so this is why I'm talking about this, because this is where my focus is, you know. Instead of I mean, obviously I didn't know the context, so it's like different when you're watching a video versus when you're in the situation yourself. This guy probably had some background knowledge, and you're gonna see what happens next. But I really underestimated the situation at this point in the video, because all I'm seeing is like, okay, this guy is fucking stupid. He needs some compassion, because I could just push him off this ladder and he's gonna get fucked. But that's exactly why I'm saying, like, some of us, we gotta learn to take a hint and not wait until it's too late. Like, we gotta like choose violence before it's too late. So anyway, this guy, he's 2 stories up, and falling from that ladder is probably, yeah, he's probably gonna get hurt, you know. But still, he's just climbing up there, and the guy who's filming, he's just like, okay, stop, stop, right? And the guy arrives at the top of the ladder, and he's like grabbing onto the cameraman and punches him. And then the cameraman kind of goes back into his apartment, kind of retreats back into his apartment and closes the door. And he continues to be like, okay, I think this intruder's name was like Mohammed or something. He's like, Mohammed, stop, stop, okay? And at this point, this guy, Mohammed, he's on the balcony, and he has a knife. And he takes a brick and smashes in the window of the door, and then he grabs the handle and comes in. And now at this point, if you're the cameraman, you're gonna know that you fucked up. You should have just pushed him off the ladder. Like, no fucks given, right? But you were too nice. Now you have this guy in your fucking apartment with a knife. Like, the situation just got infinitely much more difficult to handle, right? Needless to say. And so it turns out he's there because of his girlfriend, or like ex-girlfriend. And the cameraman is like the new boyfriend. And the girlfriend is like hiding in the bathroom. And so Mohammed, he comes up to the bathroom and like starts trying to open the bathroom. And this is where the video ends. And yeah, people in the comments are also like, yeah, goddamn, this guy, you know, today's generation, they don't know how to fight, because the cameraman is still just trying to talk him out of it. Like, at this point, you know, you gotta like grab something from your house and start fighting. But he's still like trying to beg this man to stop, who's clearly like gone insane. And like in the comments, people are linking like an article like from the news, and it says like, okay, this guy stabbed the woman like 2 times. She was hospitalized. I think she didn't die, luckily, but that's that was kind of an eye-opener for me, because to be honest, when that guy was climbing up the ladder, like I had to take a mental note, like, oh, okay, like people are actually insane. Like, basically, if you are the cameraman, you're in a position of power. Like this is how I imagined myself when I was watching the video, right? At the beginning of the video, I saw myself in the cameraman. Like obviously you see the POV of the cameraman. And so my perspective on the situation is like, okay, I'm in the position of power and this dude is just being fucking stupid. Like, why are you climbing up this ladder? I can just push you off so easily. But this is where, kind of referring back to my dream that I had, like, don't wait until you're not in that position of power anymore, where you don't have the edge anymore. Like when you're seeing the kind of, like, when you're seeing the hints, you gotta take it. Like when you're seeing the signs, you gotta take them. Like you just gotta take it for what it is, and use the position you have to your advantage before it's too late. Like I really had to take a mental note there. Yeah, it's like when you're growing up in a country where people are tame, then you almost have this kind of brainwashed, naive type of outlook where you think that people aren't gonna do anything. But yeah, obviously violence happens. And yeah, like you gotta push that guy off the ladder is basically the thing, because if you're not gonna choose violence before it's too late, then it's gonna be to your detriment and to those that you love. Yeah, anyway, just kind of wanted to talk about that. I don't know if if you found this entertaining or helpful, then leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think, whatever. Other than that, yeah, take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.